Hi everyone. So today's class is about JavaScript class. We are gonna finish some JavaScript functionality and JavaScript steps today. So I am Imamur. I am a learner and a web developer. So in a website, all the website must needs JavaScript function because in every steps we can do some functionality about JavaScript. So without JavaScript we can't run a website. So we are gonna finish some steps of JavaScript. We are gonna type the codes and try to explain the code. So be ready, guys. So you can see I have a folder named Canyon College. If I go to the if I go to the folder, so if I go to the folder, you can see the index.html file and the assets folder. So in the assets folder, we have images and CSS. So I already made a websites for you, but today's video is about the JavaScript functionality. So we are gonna start it. So first of all, we have to create a folder like new, and the folder name will be just JS. Okay, JS. After that, we are gonna make a text named script script.js script.js. That's it. So our project is ready. After that, we have to go to the VS Code or Visual Studio Code. So you can see our VS Code is ready. Okay. So the index.html file is ready. All the codes I have already made for you. But today's class is about specially for JavaScript. In the assets, you can see I have to rename it with JavaScript script.js only. Okay. Right, and in the HTML, if I go to the bottom side, you can see I have already dot assets slash js slash script.js. So first of all, we are gonna type the code, and after that we are gonna explain the code. So the CSS is already everything is finished here, CSS and the responsive one. Okay, so the JavaScript. So first of all, we are gonna type the code, and after that we are gonna see the output. Okay, so let's start, guys. First of all, the mobile sidebar functionality. So simply I will type here mobile sidebar. M will be upper cases and S will be upper cases. Okay, mobile sidebar, and after that we are gonna start. First of all, const. We are gonna type the code first. After that we have to understand what the code's meaning. So today's class will be 1 hour plus. Menu button, document dot get element by B will be upper cases, I will be upper cases, ID by ID menu, curly braces, colon, and menu btn. Okay, so first line is finished. After that, const close button, B will be upper cases and close button. Okay, after that, document the document dot get element by ID. D will be lower cases. Be careful to type the codes. Colon, the same rules. This will be close button, btn, btn, and the btn will be lower upper cases. After that, the sidebar const functionality. Const sidebar and is equal to documents again. Document dot query selection selector dot sidebar. We have to give here dot sidebar. After that, we have to finish the overlay functionality. So const overlay is equal to document query selector. Okay. Okay, so sorry guys, I'm so sorry. So then let's start. So query first colon again curly braces overlay dot overlay. Okay, that's it. So after that the sidebar functionality we are gonna make. Menu btn dot add, it will be upper cases event listener. Event listener you can see. Okay, after that curly braces or second pass bracket, click. Okay, click again curly braces okay. So sidebar dot class sidebar dot class list list dot add active. Okay, the code is finished at here, so we have to close it. After that, the overlay functionality, overlay, simply overlay dot class list L will be upper cases, list will okay dot add. Okay, active. Okay, that's it. So after that, the document body style. Overview. After that, overflow hidden. Overflow is equal to hidden. Okay, that's it. So I think our every error is gone. Okay, close it. That's the sidebar. What happened here? Okay. So after that, we have to finish the close sidebar functionality. Close sidebar functionality. Okay. So close sidebar, we are going to comment it by control slash sweet as comment, one line comment. Okay, so close btn button dot add event listener L will be uppercases always. This is the rules of JavaScript. Add event listener, close button, click, comma or semicolon or colon, close sidebar, no mistake. Okay, finish. Add here. After that, the overlay dot event listener, overlay dot add event listener, click, close sidebar, okay. So after that, the functionality of closing sidebar. But every developer or every businessman use Bootstrap for the sidebar, but I'm going to make it by JavaScript. So this is a new thing. So function 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 close sidebar. Okay, close sidebar functionality. After that, sidebar dot class. List dot remove class list dot remove active okay. After that, overlay dot class list L is will be uppercases, remove again active, remove class bracket again active, and after that close it. Okay, after that, the document body style, document dot body dot style dot overflow, and it will be auto. This is the rule. Overflow will be auto. Okay, that's it. So our sidebar closing is also working perfectly. After that, the close sidebar when clicking on the menu. Close sidebar when clicking on the menu. Close sidebar when clicking on the menu. So after that, we are gonna comment it by control / it's commented. So how const sidebar links, const sidebar links is equal to document dot query selector S will be E, selector all dot sidebar menu, dot sidebar and it is finished. Okay, so I have closed it, and sidebar links. Now sidebar dot so sidebar links dot for each, we are gonna use the for each functionality, for each. So after the links is equal to okay, for each link, not lil, it will be link dot add event listener, and click Okay. Okay, I'm gonna fix the error first. Close sidebar. Okay. So now we are gonna create the sticky neighbor. The sticky neighbor. So I think everything is perfect in the sticky neighbor. I can't see any error here. I think there will be two quotation. For that the error has come. I fixed it. Okay. So now the smooth scroll functionality. Smooth scroll functionality. After that, just control and slash. Control slash in the bottom of the question mark. That's the key. Const links. Const links is equal to document is equal to document. Okay. Dot query selector all. A will be upper cases and all. Okay. After that, the ref linking functionality. So it will be some difficulty. First of all, after that an quotation and a third bracket ref okay is equal to hash okay and links for each. Links dot for each another anchor. Okay. After that, the right arrow, no errors right now, and the second bracket or curly braces. Okay. Action dot even listener. Action dot sorry anchor dot even listener. My speaking is too bad. Anchor is dot add dot even listener. Click function e. Okay. After that, const target document theory. I think there will be a dot here. Theory selector this dot get anchor attribute. Okay, attribute and ref. That's it. If target and after that the second bracket e prevent default No. At here. I have to cut it. Now, target dot the select scroll button SCROLL into LL scroll into view. The view will be at here, and after that the first bracket, second bracket, first bracket, second bracket, then behavior will be smooth. Okay, so that's it. Just we have to close it at here. And the second bracket, 2, 3, 4. Just close it. At here we have to finish the close by close tag. And at here there will be a. Just close it. I will fix it later. Okay. So that's it. So after that the navbar action menu. The navbar action menu. Navbar action menu. Okay. So first of all, const nav links. Const nav links is equal to document dot query selector dot query selector all dot nav is equal to a. Okay. Nav dot links for each loop, for each, it will be uppercases for each loop. After that, right arrow equal. Okay, third bracket for second bracket again. Now the link up. LINK link. Add event listener. Add event listener. Click. Okay, function. We have to do the work here for functionality. So function again. Okay. So okay. So nav links. The links is finished right now. Just nav links. Nav links LINKS. I double having mistake. Okay. Dot for each item equal to item plus list dot remove the class list when it is active. Okay, so active is also okay. After that, this we have to finish it. This dot class list dot add active okay, that's it, the finish. So this is the navbar action menu. So after that the sidebar action menu. Sidebar action menu, and it will be commented. Okay, first of all, side links for each loop. Const sidebar links. Sidebar sidebar on sidebar links is equal to query all dot sidebar menu anchor. Okay, that's it. Okay, side dot links. Each means for each. Sidebar links for each. Okay, and then the bracket into it will be link. We have to link it up and equal to this also fine, and the early message and the functionality. Add event listener. Okay, for each add event listener, click function. First of all, we have to type the codes, and after that we will explain it why we are using this. Okay. For each link dot event listener function at here first bracket, second bracket, okay, side links for each item class list remove this dot class is active. Okay, this class list dot active. Okay, and now the finishing line, the second bracket, the finishing tag. That's it. This is finished. Now we have to understand the error why has come. Okay, so now we are going to type the hero fade function. Hero fade animation. Hero fade animation. Hero fade animation 28 minutes gone. I mean half an hour is gone, so we have to do it fast. First of all, the window functionality. Listener and load const hero content dot style dot transformation. Okay, const hero content dot style dot transform. The const will be no const hero function hero content is equal to will be document content. I have typed it wrongly. It is wrong. I have to fix it. So const hero content is equal to document. Document, this is also perfect. Query selector. Const hero content query selector document dot query selector and this is finished. Okay, dot will be hero content. Okay, that's it. We have to close it by hero content. Dot opacity is equal to 0. Opacity will be 0 at here, and after that the hero content style opacity. Transform translate y 40 pixel. So that's it. Set timeout. Hero content dot style transition all 0.88 second will be 8s dot ease is 8 is. Okay, hero content dot style opacity. Okay, dot style opacity 1. That's it. Hero content again. Dot style transform is equal to translate y. So we are going to understand the course soon. Just we have to finish it. Close button, and then second bracket is equal to 200. I have to fix it early because I am running out of my time. So after that, the button hover animation. We are gonna fix it later. So the button hover animation const button is equal to selector button dot primary secondary after that we have to do it first. Buttons, add event listener, and add event listener, and after that buttons. Okay, buttons. Okay, after that button dot add event listener. Button dot add event listener. Mouse. The colon I have mistaken. Colon. Okay. Mouse center. Mouse center. Okay. And a comma or a small colon. Second bracket equal. Okay. That's it. Button dot style transform. Button dot style dot transform. Button dot style transform is equal to translate y is equal to -4 pixel. Okay, that's it. So we have finished these lines also. After that, okay, button dot add event listener, mouse leave. Button dot add event listener, mouse leave, and after that okay, mouse leave, okay, button dot style dot transform translate so you have to finish it by giving a second bracket here. That's it. So now the search button functionality. Search buttons. Control /. So first of all, const search button btn, you will be upper cases, document dot query selector dot search button if search btn search btn add event listener click on that. I'm going to give the PDF file of this JavaScript Fine, so don't worry about the error fixing. I'm going to fix it as soon as possible. But first of all, we have to type the codes. Okay, that's it. Okay, alert, functionality, search, feature, okay, will be added later. Search will be added later. So that's it. Now the scroll down button. Now the scroll down button. Okay. So just simply control and slash and cons control button. Cons control scroll button, not control button. Const scroll on scroll button is equal to document query selector dot scroll down. No typing mistake at here. Scroll down if scroll btn. Okay. Scroll btn dot add event listener. Add event listener L will be uppercases, or you can type it here. Add event listener click function scroll button. Okay, e dot prevent default const next section document dot query selector and there will be about slash about. So that's it for the next section functionality. If the next section, like if the next section, if the next section dot scroll into view and then behavior will be smooth. Behavior will be smooth. That's it. At last, and the second last, about university sweeper. The university sweeper. About university sweeper. Right? University sweeper. Control slash. After that, const about sweeper. Const about sweeper new sweeper dot about sweeper, loop time, loop will be true, speed will be 900, speed will be 900, and the grab cursor will be true, C will be uppercases, C will be uppercases, center slides will be false, center slides will be false, speed between will be 30, will be 30, and the slides per view 1. Slides per view will be 1, and the navigation next EI will be 1 or about next. Okay, copy it and paste it in the down, and this will be previous button, and now the pagination. At last, this is the last of our projects today, pagination. And EL is equal to EL will be about pagination. About pagination, click, cable will be true, and the render bullet functionality, function index class name, return, I'm going to fix it right now, bullet, span class, class name, okay, class again, string, okay, index plus 1, plus span is finished. That's it. So this is the, so guys, 50 minutes has gone. This is the functionality we have made today in the JavaScript class. If you go to the HTML, you can see the JavaScript also link up here, and the whole 2000 codes are in the HTML, and in the responsive also okay, and the CSS is also okay, but I have made it in the made it from mine. But the JavaScript codes, we have to understand what is the JavaScript codes. Mobile sidebar, open sidebar, close sidebar when clicking menu in the responsive mobile version, sticky navbar, sticky navbar, smooth scroll, navbar action menu, sidebar action menu, hero feed animation, button hover animation, search button, scroll down button, about university sweeper, the sweeper animation. So you don't have to worry about the codes. I am going to give the PDF file of the codes in the description box. So first of all, we have to understand what is the meaning of these codes. Alright guys, I hope you can hear me. The voice is also full volume. Just simply we are gonna go to the JavaScript code explanation. So I'm just going to take 10 minutes, and after that I'm going to show you the output. What I have done in today's class in this JavaScript functionality. If I scroll down, you can see const menu button documents dot get element by bd menu button. And if I go to the VS Code, if I go to the top, you can see const menu button document dot get element by bd menu button. So if I explain it in 2-3 lines, you can see using document dot element by bd, JavaScript searches the HTML for an element with the ID menu button. So there is a ID named element by ID. Typically this is menus such as hamburger icon, like 3 dot sidebar menu dot that opens the sidebar or menu when clicking. Once it found it, it is stored in the variable name menu button. Menu button is the ID name. So if I scroll button selecting the close button, similarly the element with the ID of close button, get element by ID is the close button, is retrieved and stored in the close button variable. This is usually close or cross into X. It's look like X icon located inside the menu that hides the open menu when clicked. And what is the selecting the sidebar? Hero document dot query selector is used when which is can target elements by class or ID, since there is a dot. There is a dot in the dot sidebar. So what do you mean by this? Before sidebar, it searches for an HTML element with the class name, with the with the class name sidebar. Means sidebar, this is the class name in the HTML code. So this is the actual hidden menu or sidebar panel that comes into screen when the sidebar is the button is clicked. And what is overlay? So if I explain it, likewise the element with the class name overlay is selected and saved in the overlay variable. With the overlay variable, what do you mean by overlay variable? When a menu or sidebar opens, the background area of the page open dims or blurs slightly, so the sidebar stands out clearly. The dimmed or blur background layer is called the sidebar. And summary, in short, the 4 lines of code you are telling JavaScript, keep these 4 items ready: the open button, close button, sidebar, and background overlay. So overlay is using for the background. Okay, next event listener will likely be attached to handle the opening and closing the menu upon the interaction. Okay, and if we go to the bottom side, open sidebar, menu button dot add event listener, click active and overlay will be hidden. What do you mean by this? So if I go to the if I go to the PDF file and in বাংলা, it means এই কোডগুলো মূলত মেনু বোতামে ক্লিক করলে কিভাবে সাইডবার এবং ওভারলে ওপেন হবে সেই কাজের লজিক তৈরি করে। কিভাবে সাইডবার এবং ওভারলে ওপেন হবে সেটা লজিক তৈরি করে ওপেন বাটন ডট অ্যাড ইভেন্ট লিসেনার। And if I go to the English explanation, it says an event listener is attached to menu button. This means whenever a user click on the button, the code inserts the array function. What do you mean by array function? You are this. So this is the meaning of array function. Activate the sidebar. How? Sidebar dot classlist dot add active. What do you mean by this? This adds a new class named active to the sidebar elements of list of HTML classes. So how does it work? Typically in the CSS, sidebar is kept hidden off screen, left -100%. When sidebar is active is applied, it slides into when For example, left 0, the lines adds the active plus to make the sidebar visible on the screen. And enable the background overlay. How? Overlay dot class list dot add active. How? Similarly, the active class is given to the overlay element. How does it work? Across to CSS rules, applying this active class brings a subtle dark or blur shade overlay the main page, signaling that the menu is currently open. Okay. Okay. So disable background page scrolling. Scrolling means I am scrolling right now in the bottom. I am scrolling now in the up. So this changes the CSS overlay property of the page's main body hidden. While the sidebar or menu is opening, this prevents the background page from scrolling up and down when the user scrolls there with their mouse. In other words, while the sidebar remains open the entire website, while temporarily it stay fixed in place. Okay, that's it. And if I scroll in the bottom, if you can see that close sidebar. What do you mean by close button? Add event listener, click close sidebar, click overlay, click close button. What do you mean by this? Close button dot add event listener means that when the user clicks the X or close buttons inside the sidebar, the close sidebar function below will automatically run. But in the overlay dot add event listener means if the user clicks anywhere in the background, dark background overlay outside the sidebar instead of the close button, the sidebar function will run in exact same way. I mean, click here, click here, click here, or click anywhere. The overlay will run with the overlay functionality. What do you mean? Function close sidebar. Here a reusable function named close sidebar is being defined. The advantage of this that whenever we need to close the menu, we can attach this same function to multiple triggers. Removing the active class from the sidebar. How? Sidebar.classlist.remove active. When opening the menu, we added the active class or CSS would make it visible on screen. Removing the class allows CSS shift the sidebar back of screen. That's it. Sidebar.classlist.remove active. And what do you mean by overlay.classlist remove active? And similarly, the active class is removed from background overlay. As a result, the subtle dark or blur layer disappears, running the pages so to its original clear state. Restoring normal pages scrolling. Document.body.style.overlay. What do you mean by this? When opening the menu, page scrolling was disabled using overlay. So why we use overlay? For hidden the extra spaces, extra things. Now that the menu is closed, setting overlay auto re-enables scrolling. Result, the user can now smoothly scroll up and down the full website page is as before. So in number 4 we have close sidebar when clicking menu. Okay. Cons sidebar links document dot query selector all sidebar menu anchor is a. So what do you mean by this? যদি আমি বাংলায় বলতে চাই, ডকুমেন্টস কোয়ারি সিলেক্টর হলো ব্যবহার করে সাইডবার মেনুর ভিতরে একটি অ্যাঙ্কর সেট করে, যা এটি দিয়ে বলা হচ্ছে সাইডবার মেনু ক্লাসের ভিতরের কাজগুলো অ্যাঙ্করের ভিতরে খুঁজে পাওয়া যাবে। আর এটি একাধিকবার লিংক করার একটি তালিকা আমরা নিচে বানালাম। আর লুপ চালানো মানে হচ্ছে যেহেতু সাইডবারের একটি বেশি লিংক থাকে, ফর ইচ লুপ ব্যবহার করে প্রতিটি লিংকের কাছে একে একে যাওয়া যায়, যার কারণে আমরা ফর ইচ ব্যবহার করেছি। So if I go to the bottom side and by English explanation, you can see all anchor tags links the sidebar menu are selected using documents.query selector all. It specifies find every anchor tag located inside the sidebar.menu button class. This creates a collection of multiple links and stores in the sidebar links variables. And what do you mean by loop? Since a sidebar typically contains more than one link, a for each loop is used to literally throw for each like link one by one. So we have too many links. So why we use loop for this? And adding a click event listener, the loop attach a click event listener to every individual links in the sidebar. This means whenever a user click on any links, so this code will execute them, calling the function to close the sidebar. Whenever any link is clicked, the previous defined close sidebar function automatically execute immediately upon clicking a link. The sidebar closes, slides away, and the dark overlay appears. Okay. So that's it. In the 5 number, we have sticky navbar consider. So consider documents.query selector header. Why we use this? And if I go to the English explanation, document.query selector is used to find the HTML tag. Next, it is saved in a constant variable named header so that it can be manipulated later. So window.addEventListener scroll, what do you mean by this? A scroll at event listener is attached to the entire browser window. Window means the display, the window setup, meaning whenever the user scrolls up or down on the page using a mouse, wheel or touch, guesser the condition and code inside this arrow function will execute it immediately. And if I go to the Bangla explanation, পুরো ব্রাউজারের সাথে একটি স্ক্রল ইভেন্ট লিসেনার যোগ করা আছে। এর মানে হলো ব্যবহারকারী যখনই মাউস ঘুরিয়ে বা টাচ পেজ উপরে নিচে স্ক্রল করবেন তখনই এই অ্যারো ফাংশনটির ভিতরে শর্ত এবং কোডগুলো কাজ করবে। সো উই হ্যাভ টু মেনি condition for the scrolling smoothly. So in the third, check how much scrolling there has occurred. Window.scroll y means exactly how many pixels the user has scrolled down from the top of the page. Condition, if he scroll distance greater than 100 pixel, then the codes in setup 4 will execute. If it is less than 100 pixel, the codes in step 5 will execute. Step 4, step 5, step 4, step 5, adding the sticky class if scroll then 100 pixel. So what do you mean by this? Header.classlist.add sticky. When the user scrolls down more than 100 pixel, a new classes named sticky is added to the header tag. Usually specific styles are written in the CSS for header.sticky. Fixed top 0 background color box shadow. As a result, the header becomes fixed and floats right at the top of the screen. How to remove the sticky class? If the user scrolls back towards the top, the sticky class is removed from the header tag. So that is the sticky navbar. After that, the smooth scroll button. So in the English explanation, we can see const link document.query selector rf top icon hash. And what do you mean by this? Document.query selector ref anchor tag in the HTML whose anchor attribute starts with a hash. This is a CSS selector. Here the top symbols mean starts with hash. It ignores external websites links and selects only the links pointing to selection in the same page. What do you mean by looping the through each link is for each anchor. A page can contain multiple anchor links. By for each loop is used to literally throw every anchor link found where anchor represent each individual link. So setting a click event listener. A click event is attached to each link. This means wherever a user clicks on any hash link on the page, this function will execute. And if I go to the Bangla explanation, you can see প্রতিটি লিংকের সাথে একটি ক্লিক ইভেন্ট যোগ করা হচ্ছে। প্রতিটি লিংকের সাথে একটি ক্লিক ইভেন্ট যোগ করা হচ্ছে, অর্থাৎ ব্যবহারকারী পেজের কোনো হ্যাশ লিংকে ক্লিক করলে সে যাতে ওই ফাংশনে চলে যেতে পারে। And in the 4 const target documents.query selector, this gets attribute ref. This .get attribute retrieves the ref value of the clicked link The document.query selector uses that values to find the selection section with that matching ID or the on the page and stores it in the target value. I hope you can hear me, guys, right? 1 hour is gone. Okay, I'm going too fast. Prevents default behavior and triggering smooth scrolls if targets. What do you mean by this? If target prevent default target scroll into view, behavior will be smooth. Checks whether an actual section exists on the page corresponding to the clicked link's ID. Stops the browser normal on default behavior. By default, clicking a hash links makes the browser jumps instantly into the section without any animation. Force the browser to scroll smooth to the desired section instead of jumping abruptly. So the 5 number is also finished. So now the navbar action menu. The navbar action menu. What do you mean by the navbar action menu? If I do go to the English subscription, selecting all the navigations link. Documents.query all nav links, we have linked it up with the anchor tag, a tag inside the nav links classes in the HTML. There are saved together as a collection. A navigation tag, navigation bar typically contains multiple links like home, about, settings, contact, menus. For each is used to literally through each likes one by one. Here link represent each. And the settings, a click event listener is attached to the link, each link. This means whenever a user clicks on any menu link, the code inside the function will execute. So in a summary, when you click on a navigation link, the code first remove the action active plus from all links, then it adds the active plus solely to the about link. As a result, CSS styles will keep the about highlighted. Okay. After that, we have to see the sidebar active menu. So if I start from the first window, a load event is attached to the window object. This means the function will execute after all images, files, style sheets, and complete content of the websites are fully loaded in the browser. So why you use window.event listener for the loading speed. And cons hero content document.query selector finds the element with the hero content class in the HTML and stores it in the hero content variables. Okay, after that, initially hiding the element and shifting it downward. Hero content dot style dot opacity 0. Hero content dot style dot opacity 0 makes the content completely invisible, transparent, and hero content dot style dot transform stylet y shifts the content 40 pixel downward. After that, set timeout is a timer function. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It forces the code inside it to run 200 milliseconds after the page loads, giving the browser a moment to prepare rendering. And by the hero content style transition, opacity and transform. Transition means all 8 dot 8s is specifies the any style changes should transition smoothly over 0.8 seconds rather than changing abruptly. Opacity 1 makes the content fully visible again, and transform means translate y moves the content smoothly back up from the bottom to its original position. Okay, that's it. And in the bottom, the button hover animation. So what do you mean by the button hover animation? If I go to the first documents.query selector, all used to select all HTML buttons that have either the button primary or the secondary button class attached to them by using a comma. JavaScript finds buttons belong to both classes simultaneously and leaves them in the buttons variable. And the looping for each loop, why a page any contains multiple primary or secondary buttons. A primary loop is used to iterate through each buttons one by one. So where buttons represent a specific individual button. Okay. And by the mouse enter, these events trigger whenever the user's mouse's cursor moves over the button hover. Shift the button's 4 pixels upward along the vertical axis, creating a floating effect. Tracking mouse axis. So that's it. And after that, the search button functionality. We just have 3 modes. After that, we are going to see the output. Okay. So in the first, this if condition checks whether an element with the search button class actually exists on the page. Why it is necessary? If a page does not contain the search button, this presents JavaScript showing an error allowing the remain codes on the browser to execute smoothly, and the displaying a pop-up message alert. How alert search feature will be added later. This is the message. So a pop-up message box will appear in the browser displaying by these code rules. And in the bottom, the cons scroll functionality. What this? Scroll button down. So if I go to the first English explanation, document.query selector scroll button finds an element with the class name scroll button. Once found, it is saved into a const variable named scrollbtn. This safely check prevents error from occurring when running these codes on the pages that might contains the buttons, meaning if an element with the class scroll down is found on the page, only then execute the following codes. Adding a clicked event listener. How? Add event listener attached an event listener to the button. Whenever the user clicks this scroll down button, the inner function will execute. Here is the event object which contains information about the click event. And if the বাংলা explanation we can see, আমরা দেখতে পারি অ্যাড ইভেন্ট লিসেনার দিয়ে বোতামটির সাথে একটি লিসেনার জুড়ে দেওয়া হচ্ছে, যেখানে যখনই ব্যবহারকারী স্ক্রল ডাউন বোতামে ক্লিক করবেন তখনই কি ভেতরে ফাংশনটি চালু হবে, এবং এখানে ই হলো ইভেন্ট অবজেক্ট যা ক্লিক ইভেন্টের তথ্য ধারণ করে। And number 5, the locates the section on the page where the scroll should go and stores it in the next section variables. If variables whether a section with the ID about actually exists on the page, if exists next section scroll into view is executing passing, force the screen to scroll smoothly and gracefully down to the about section instead of jumping abruptly. At last we have the sweeper animation, the about university sweeper animation. The whole these things I am going to explain within 3 minutes. Okay, if I go to the bottom, at first we can see new sweeper initialize the sweeper library. It targets the HTML contents with the class dot about sweeper, converts it into a functionality slider and saves the instant into the about sweeper variables. Okay, the slider will not stop when it reaches the last slides. It continuously loops back to the first slides 900 milliseconds to transition from one side to another. Changes the mouse cursor to hand icon when hovered over the slider indicate that users can click and drag slides. Slides will not centered, they align naturally starting from the left. Maintains a 30 pixel gap between the adjacent slides. Displays exactly one slides at time on the screen by default. If I go to the Bangla explanation, you can see 0 পিক্সেল থেকে একটি স্লাইড দেখাবে এবং স্লাইডগুলোর মাঝে 15 পিক্সেল গ্যাপ থাকবে। একটি স্লাইড দেখাবে এবং 20 পিক্সেল গ্যাপ থাকবে। একটি স্লাইড দেখাবে এবং 30 পিক্সেল গ্যাপ থাকবে। And if I go to the bottom, number 3 is configures the next and previous button. Clicking the about next class elements moves to the next slides, while about previous moves to the previous slide. And if I go to the bottom, pagination means the containers class where the paginations bullets number will be rendered. Clicking on a pagination number will jump directly to the slides. Custom logic to render formatted numbers. Bullets dots in index plus 1 starts with the count from 1 2 3, ensures the number are always formatted also as 2 digits. Allows navigation using the left/right arrow key on the keyboard. Allows users to slide through content using the mouse scroll wheel. Okay. The autoplay setting. What do you mean by the autoplay? The slider will be opened by automatically by himself. Pauses autoplay temporary when the user hovers the cursor over the slide, so they can comfortably read or view. So that's it. Uses the standards horizontally sliding effects, adjusted spacing dynamically according to the screen. So this 7, 6, 8 pixel tablet shows one slides with 20 pixel, 30 pixel in the 992 pixel in the desktop mode. Also have the mobile pen. So I hope you can see me and you can hear me. So this is our project today. If I go to the project and if I go to the assets, you can see our JS is complete, and I will also give you the JavaScript PDF file. But first of all, at the last we have to see the okay, that's it. So the hover is, you can see the hover is absolutely working. Chat with us. If I go to the smooth scrolling, the hover is also working. So you can see the hover is also fine and the pagination is also working. If I scroll a bit, so you can see the scroll is perfectly working by the JavaScript functionality. This is the words of functionality of JavaScript. And if I click on this, the sweeper animation is fine. Where is the sweeper animation? You can see the scroll down button and the about university sweeper. About university sweeper. Loop speed, grab cursor, centered slides, open slides. If I go to there, it's okay. It is also okay. So this is the animation hover. What is the animation hover? You can see button hover animation. So this is the animation. Hover is perfectly okay. Green color, blue color, bigger. This is the hover animation we have right at here. Button hover animation. Const button is equal to document.query selector all button primary, button secondary. If I go to the output, so this is the animation is also perfect in the website. Drop down is also working and the animation is smoothly. I can scroll down the hover effect. So that's it guys, this is my JavaScript class. Be happy guys. I am Imamur. I am a learner and a web developer. So we have to go slowly and we have to understand the course by writing by myself, or you can understand the course by yourself also. I am going to give the PDF in the description box. So that's it. Be happy guys. That's it for today. Bye.